Hello, guys. So I believe we are all fine, right? Okay, so I'd like to chip this in for all international students who recently arrived in Canada. Please, if you're an international student and you just arrived in Canada, kindly put in mind that you can't be in Canada for more than 150 days without schooling. You can't be in Canada for more than 150 days without schooling. Immediately you exceed the 150 days, you have violated the rules of the study permit and it may affect you in the near future. So if you know you are in Canada and for one or two reasons you can't study immediately or you can't attend school immediately, these are some of the things that you can do. Maybe you have some serious medical reasons and as a result of that you can't school immediately. If you started school before that incident happened, you can go to your school, visit your department or your graduate school, whatever, and secure or request for study leave. Okay, request for study leave, and your school will, based on your situation, to give you a study leave, which will be not more than 150 days, or maybe you have some due to some medical conditions, or maybe there's a need for you to change your program or your school. And as a result of that, maybe you have to wait for the following intake or the following semester before you can start your program. You are not allowed to be in Canada for more than 150 days without schooling if you entered Canada with a study permit. Please, let's take note of this. So if you are in Canada as an international student and you know you're going to change your program, please do that ASAP and make sure it does not exceed the 150 days. If it's going to exceed the 150 days, the option you have is to change your status in Canada as a student to visitor's visa. Let's take note of this. Let's say you entered Canada and your program is offered every year, once every year, or maybe it is offered at maybe every 4th semester. So your program does not have, let's say, winter semester or May intake or January intake. It's only September intake. And you are in Canada, and maybe as a result of medical reasons or one or two reasons, you wouldn't be able to attend school immediately. You have the legal right to seek study leave or medical leave or whatever from your school. Or maybe there's a need for you to change your school for one or two reasons. You can legally do that, but make sure it does not exceed 150 days. But if it's going to exceed 150 days, what you can do legally is to convert your status from student to visitor's visa or leave Canada. This is not my words. These are informations on RT's official website. And someone contacted me asking some few questions. I felt like, okay, so this person is confused, and I'm very sure a lot of international students may not also have an idea about what I'm talking about, and that's why I saw the need to chip this in. You have the legal right to spend in Canada 150 days. If it's going to exceed, if your situation is going to make you exceed 150 days, it's either you convert your status to visitor's visa or you leave Canada and return back to Canada after you'll be able to resolve whatever issue you were facing. Mind you, within that 150 days, let's say due to some medical reasons, or maybe due to some financial reasons, or I don't know the situation, if you've secured a legal permission or the legal leave from your school, that yes, based on your reason, you have to defer and come for the next intake. You can be, and if that leave wouldn't exceed 150 days, you can be in Canada, all right. But one thing you should put in mind is that do not work. Please do not work whilst you're on that study leave or medical leave or whatever. Or maybe you've changed your school, you're waiting for admission, you've secured admission for that other school you prefer and all that. All right, maybe you're waiting for that. Maybe you change your school right after entering Canada, and maybe you arrive in Canada for January intake. You realize like after one or two reasons, you realize maybe it will best to school in maybe the University of Manitoba instead of maybe University of Alberta. That's all right. You have the legal right to do that. So after changing your DLI and all that, and maybe your program will start in May intake for the May intake, yeah. And maybe you are waiting for May Academic Canada to start before maybe you start school. Within that period between January you entered Canada and May where you start the program for your new school, you're not legally entitled to work. And this is something on RCC's official website. I'm not an immigration officer. I'm not an immigration lawyer. I read this thing from RCC's website and I felt like sharing to the general public so that you don't unaware or maybe out of ignorance violate the rule, because when RCC realize you violated the rule, maybe in the near future you may want to apply for visa extension or postgraduate permit. There's a high chance of them basing of these things that you've done to prevent you or refuse your study permit extension, your postgraduate permit. So please, my brothers and sisters, a lot of people do not know about this. So please take note of this. Thank you so much. If you watch more short videos which are more educational like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Nal and Candy. You can see that here. So subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll find a lot of educational videos. I do sometimes to conduct an interview with international students, sharing their processes in applying for school, how they apply their visas, port of entry experience, and all that. So feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on TikTok if you've not done that yet. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Nat. Have a nice day. Bye.